Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from LUOHE. This is their 1080p Wi-Fi USB charger hidden spy camera, and I am going to dig into this right now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is everything that we get once we get it out of the box here. You can see you get the main unit. It is a dual USB charger. The USB ports do charge your phone or tablet or whatever you're going to be using them. You do have that reset hole at the upper right hand corner. You can barely see it, and you can also barely see the lens in the middle there. You have to kind of be looking right at it to really notice it. They do have a micro SD card to USB adapter here, so if you're going to be using a micro SD card in this, it'll be easy to take it out of the unit and then transfer it to a computer or a tablet or laptop. They do give you this little spudger here, and what this is for is popping off the back, and the back portion here is where you're going to have your micro SD card slot here for you. It will take up to 128 gigabytes. Now, if you do have a micro SD card in here, you can choose to do loop recording, and it will record 10-minute chunks, and then it will overwrite the oldest one as it gets to the end. So you do have that option if you want to do local storage. Now, we do get a user manual here. It says to scan to download the app, and then you can get it for iOS or Android. It's written in English. It's well laid out, shows you all of your ports, what the little light indicators mean as you're going through this, and I'll show you that when we get to the setup. So overall, the main unit itself, again, no problems here. Some grips on the side. You do have two USB ports that actually do work, so you can use them for as a regular charger while it's still doing its camera function. So that gets us done with the unboxing. Let's get this set up and show you how it works. Okay, so once you plug in the camera, you're going to see some little LEDs that are inside the top charge port. They will just cycle when you first plug it in, and then they will go out so that not to draw attention to itself, since this is a spy camera. And then we're going to use this app that we downloaded here for iOS or Android, depending on what device you're using. I'm using Android at the time. Make sure that you are on your Wi-Fi, and you want to make sure that you're on your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, not your 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and this is just for initial setup. So we're going to hit start here and then hit the plus icon in the upper right of the CIX ICM app. You're going to have two options. Remote monitoring means I can set this up so that it's on my Wi-Fi and I can monitor it anywhere in the world as long as I have a signal. And then the other one is close range monitoring, just doing directly from the phone to the camera. So you're going to want the remote monitoring most likely here. And what we're going to do is make sure that our 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi name and password are in here. Then we're going to click OK. And then we are going to make sure that we're close to the camera and the router. And then it's going to say if the blue light flashes until it turned off, please click that box and hit OK there. And then tick if you have read the above text, and we're going to connect the camera Wi-Fi. The camera signal name is going to be CamDuck, and you're going to have to add CamDog66. So there's CamDuck. Dash a bunch of numbers. Yours will be different. CamDog66 for me, and it may be different for you as you're going through your setup. We're going to hit connect, and it's checking the quality of my internet connection. Now this is going to come back and tell me that I may not have internet and whether I want to connect to this or not. And I'm going to say always connect, or you can do connect only this time, depending on whichever you would like. Now that we're connected to it, let's go back to the app. Once you're back in the app, it'll say connecting to Wi-Fi. Now what it is doing, it is taking my Wi-Fi name or SSID and password and uploading it to the camera so that it can store that information and reside on my Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so once that is done, now we can go in and take a look at the camera. It does have some Amazon laws and rules here saying that you have to have consent in certain situations. And you can see here now that we're good to go. We're going to turn this towards Dr. Strange and take a look at the camera. Now we have two resolutions here. We can pinch to zoom so you can see that we can get a good crisp, clean picture out of this. We can set it to 720p or of course 1080p. I'm going to set it to 1080p. Now we can do things like just snap photos, and this will save this automatically to my phone. We can also record video and we can save it to my phone as well. So you can do that right here from the app, which is really nice. Local files will allow you to go check out those pictures and photos that you took. You can download them, you can share them, so you can save copies to your gallery, or you can share them, or you can just check them and view them right here in the app as well. So you have all those options right here from within the app. Now, another thing that we have here is our SD file, and this is for if you have an SD card and it's recording, loop recording for you. You can go in and check that there. You can also make this full screen so that we can see things a little bit more here. And you'll have a couple extra buttons here. You can flip the orientation of the camera itself. So if you need to mirror it or flip it upside down, you can do that depending on where this is plugged in, what outlet you have it plugged into in your home, of course. So if you have it in a certain orientation, but you want a better perspective, you've got multiple angles to choose from here. We also can change it from 720p and 1080p here. We can take a quick picture or video as well. And if we tap on the screen, you're going to see on the left and the right, we do have adjustments for our brightness and our contrast. So if we want to make this a little bit more bright, we can do that, or dark depending on your setup. On this side here, we can also click this and that'll take us back to the regular mode that we already had. In the upper right hand corner we have three dots, and this is going to take us to the settings of the app itself. And in here we can do various things like view our Wi-Fi configuration. We can also do other things like rename the camera, camera details. This will give us our MAC address and camera ID, firmware version, change our camera name here as well. You can also change the time. If you need to change the zone, the time zone, and the time for the camera. SD card settings, obviously, if you have an SD card in here, you can change that. Now, loop recording or motion detection recording, this is for local recording on the actual setup here, where if you have an SD card in, you can set it for motion detection recording or just constant loop recording. Also, you can set this up so that it will send you notifications if you detect motion. You'll be able to see that under news that motion was detected, and when a micro SD card is installed, it will get you a 2-minute video, and that will be saved for you. So overall, not bad. Again, you can go through, check your local files here as well, right on your device. I can check this pretty much anywhere in the world that I have a connection, be it data or Wi-Fi. So overall, not a bad deal here. I do want to double check one last thing for you to make sure that this is an actual charger and not just a camera. We're going to plug this in and see if it charges my phone. So that's like kind of the last thing I really want to go over here. So we're going to plug this on in, if I can do it right from behind the camera here. And once we get it plugged in, we can check our phone and make sure that it is an active charger as well. So let's plug this into my phone, see if we're getting a charge. And we are. So it is now charging my phone. So it is an active charger as well as a camera, which is great. Okay, so that's my review of this Wi-Fi enabled 1080p USB charger spy camera, and it works out really well. This would be perfect for monitoring your home when you're not at home or your office when you're not there. The only thing I found to be lacking on this particular camera is there is no night mode. You do get motion detection, of course, so if you are looking to monitor a place when you are not there, this can plug into any outlet, and it also acts as a USB charger to charge your devices while it's working. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.